Hey, this is Kristen Shaw with Airport Improvement, and it's show and tell time. Today I'm here with Sean Neasi from ABM.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I want to hear first, what is ABM all about?
ABM has a myriad of different services that they offer. I focus mostly on the landside operations of airports. That's inclusive of parking, shuttle transportation, and ground transportation management like taxis, TNCs, Uber, Lyft, things like that. But ABM expands well beyond that. We have airside operations that are inclusive of passenger services like wheelchair services in the terminals, janitorial services, enhanced cleaning services, things like that, all throughout the airports.
That's a lot. That's a lot to cover,
yeah.
right? So what's ABM's specialty? Like, where do you really shine? What's your value proposition?
I would say that for me, the biggest thing and the most important thing that we do is that we bring technology to airports that help them enhance the guest experience to a tremendous degree.
Okay. Now we're standing next to this charge point here, and that's part of what you do. And you were just telling me something very interesting about it. So explain to me how that fits in the ABM.
Well, if you think about the way mobility is going and the new mandates with vehicles, everything manufactured new after 2035 is essentially going to be an electric vehicle, right?
Right.
So the issue is that there isn't the infrastructure out there to support it. So when I look at parking structures and I look at that real estate, I think it's a prime opportunity to turn those parking structures into essentially the gas stations of the future. And so really with parking and with EV chargers, it's really like a peanut butter and jelly, if you will, because they just go so well together. And so that's where ABM can shine. We have so much parking experience. We also have an entire division that does electrification of garages and installation of parking of EV chargers. For example, at LAX, we installed 1,300 EV chargers in the central terminal area. It's the largest installation of EV chargers in the United States.
Wow, 1,300.
1,300 of them.
In one place.
In one place.
LAX seems like the right place to do that.
Correct. I mean, California is obviously very progressive when it comes to sustainability efforts. I know SFO will be the same way. And, there's a mandate in San Francisco. 10% of every parking garage, 10% of the stalls in every parking garage need to become electrified in terms of EV charger installations.
Well, that's the key to uptake right now, right? Is building that infrastructure so that people don't have to go searching for that gas station.
Correct.
The charging station.
Correct.
Okay, so what else is ABM doing that's new and interesting that you're doing in airports across the United States?
ABM was very fortunate to win the smart parking RFP at LAWA for LAX and for Van Nuys Airport. And within that installation, we've been able to incubate new technology, essentially. The big challenge I see with airports when it comes to the guest experience on the land side is that the traditional method by which airports procure technology is such that they will go out and they'll procure a parking access and revenue control system. They'll go out and procure separately from that a parking guidance system. They'll additionally go out and they'll procure an online booking system separately, and then they'll find somebody else to do the EV chargers.
Right.
So the issue is that you have all of these disparate parking systems, none of which talk to each other. And we have business goals that we want to achieve, but we also have customer service goals that we all want to achieve. And by having systems that don't talk to each other, it's fragmented and we can't get good data on that entire passenger journey. So what ABM was able to do with LAWA was essentially build an integration platform and have all of these technologies tie up into that integration platform. By doing that, now we have actionable insights across the entire passenger journey. We can say, they made an online reservation here. It took them this long to get to the airport. They came in, it read their license plate, they went and they found a spot. They utilized this type of spot, and maybe they're a frequent parker. They like to use that type of spot. We now are gathering all that data on them. Additionally, when they leave, it's the same exact process, but we want to gather as much data about them as much as possible, because from that, we can determine where are their bottlenecks in the process. Where do we see them getting hung up? What can we change potentially? What is the utilization of these spots? Potentially, we could change the way that parking assets are used. We could say these spots in the front of the garage, maybe they're of more value. Maybe we can bring them to this spot instead.
And that all builds on efficiency, which
Correct.
Airports live on efficiency, right? They need to find out, use data like that to figure out how they can be most efficient and use their revenue and their land properly.
Correct. Operational efficiency is of paramount importance, especially in an airport that's as landlocked as, say, LAX. I know major metropolitan airports in areas like New York, essentially, very landlocked. So we need to figure out ways of being as efficient as possible with our parking assets. Utilization of the parking assets, getting people in and out, expediting ingress and egress, and that also leads to what are airports' sustainability goals, right? So not only will we be installing EV chargers to help them meet those types of goals, but are there other things we can do to minimize dwell time in the garage? For example, if you have a car come in and they're stuck at the entry station trying to play with a ticket or trying to make a payment or something of that nature, they're sitting there and they're dwelling. They're burning gas, right? If they're in an internal combustion vehicle.
Sure.
So how can we get them in there faster? Well, what if we touch them well before they come to the parking structure? What if we have a method by which they can make a reservation and they can use their license plate, put their license plate on that reservation, and pull into the garage? A plate reader will read the license plate. It'll expedite their ingress into the garage. Additionally, if they know where they're going, or if we have a parking guidance system, we can quickly navigate them to their stall, minimizing that dwell time in the garage. It makes a measurable impact on reducing the carbon footprint.
Now you have to train people like me to remember to make a reservation.
Exactly. So that all ties back into the commercial aspects of what LAWA was looking to do and what ABM did. So we have an entire commercial management strategy. It's inclusive of a marketing strategy to make sure that we're getting out there with the message of what these parking products are, what is available, and in real time, potentially, there's occupancy issues with one garage. Let's make sure we're communicating that out there to the public. And we want to make sure that we're pushing as many people in there as we possibly can at the right rate, and that we're communicating this message as effectively as possible. So that's all part of our commercial management strategy.
Pretty fascinating. Thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Yeah, no problem.
And this has been Show and Tell with ABM on site at ACI North America.
Thanks.